Hello and welcome to Delicious and Nutritious. My name is Chef Jerry Levine, and I'm joined by Marcia Richards, registered dietitian from Beth Israel, Deaconess Hospital in the great town of Plymouth. Special thanks goes out to PAC TV and the Center for Active Living for helping us bring this show to all of you. And today we are going to do an interesting recipe, and it is called fish tacos. And when Marcia's ready, go for it.
Okay, hi everybody, and welcome to Delicious and Nutritious. Jerry has created once again an amazing recipe that is easy to prepare, it's delicious, and it's also nutritious. So we'll watch him create this marvelous meal, and then I'll show you all the recipe, and we'll talk a little bit about the benefits of fish.
Today we are going to make fish tacos. Now, what is a fish taco? Well, first off, what is a taco? All right, this is a taco shell. There are two different types of taco shells. One is made out of white flour or wheat flour. The other one is made out of a corn flour. It can be either the white corn or it can be the yellow corn, either way. So this is what we're going to do. Now, what are we going to do with this? We are going to take this and put it in our saute pan, and so we crisp it just a little bit, but it's not going to be hard because we want it nice and soft. Now the question is, where did I have my first fish taco? Well, I was out at a conference in California, in San Diego, and with my chef friends, and we were walking along a beach area, and there was a wonderful smell of fish that was like it was cooked on maybe a flat top or something. And the smell was magnificent. And I said, what is that smell? And one of the guys said, well, it's fish tacos. Haven't you ever had a fish taco? And I said, no. And he said, let's have fish tacos. So we went in there, and they had a flat top. And it's a rectangular piece of metal that they use, that chefs use in kitchens, and that's how they call it a flat top because it's nice and smooth, it's flat. All right, what kind of fish were they using? They were using red snapper. Okay, and what was on this? Well, the first thing they did is they had their taco shell. This can also be called a fajita if you want to get technical about it. And they had a type of fish. Now, what am I using for fish? You can see that I have a fish which I call a white fish. Now, what does white fish mean? Usually it's a fish that has low levels of fat in it, which means that they're very mild. And unlike something like a bluefish or salmon, which has a stronger flavor. Okay, now I'm going to do one thing with this. I want to cut this piece a little bit smaller. And this is haddock, and look at the whiteness of this. See how white that is? So it is a very mild fish. And and I'll cut this one also. This will make it easier. Okay, get rid of these things. And what do we do next? A little bit of salt, kosher salt. And notice how small the amount is that I'm using. I don't need it a lot. And I'm going to do both sides. Okay. What else? Fresh ground black pepper. Dynamite stuff. I love the smell of this. Okay, we did that. And we pepper this here. And now we're going to do a quick flip. And one of the reasons why I cut it this size, it makes it easier to turn over when I am cooking. So, we take some kosher salt, a little bit of it, 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 and that's that. And we put some pepper, fresh ground black pepper on here. A little bit there, and a little bit there, and a little bit there, and a little bit there. And we're going to take and we're going to heat up our pans. And we're going to use the larger pan here to cook the fish. The smaller one, which is a fajita size, taco size. And I'm going to turn them on right now. What kind of saute pans are we using? We are using a Teflon pan. I like Teflon because it's easy to work with. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our fish on our preheated pan. Now you hear the sizzle? Sizzles are good. And the question is how long are we going to cook these? Well, there's a theory that the Canadian government has used for many years, and they say cook fish, for 1 inch of cooked fish, you use 10 minutes of cooking time in a saute pan. 10 minutes of cooking time. So I'm going to look at my watch here, and these are much thinner than 1 inch, so we're not going to take 1 inch to cook. Now, we need to do something with the fajita. So we flip it in there. Look at it go. And we are going to watch this because we don't want it to burn. And boy, the smell of the fish is really good. Now, why are we using a mild fish? Because people that like to have tacos like a mild fish. What are some fish that are not mild? Well, tuna for one thing, fairly strong. Bluefish, very strong, and needs to be eaten as quickly as possible after it is caught. So you don't fool around with bluefish. You eat it immediately, and it's delicious. So we are going to flip this, and there we go. We got a nice little flip there, and we're going to get a nice little flip. Whoops! Going to get a nice little flip there, and we're going to get a nice little flip there, and a nice little flip there. And don't worry about if a little bit of it sticks, and it's really not that significant. Now, the taco, we want to take it and do a quick flip on the taco, and you'll notice we've got a little color on it, and that's all that I wanted because it actually adds a lot of flavor. And we're going to just take that now, put it in my hand, my chef fingers, and take it off and put it right there. Yes, that is good. And we are going to flip our fish here. Nice flip. Nice flip. Nice flip. And another nice flip. And we are probably, I would say we're 4 minutes into this. So we're going to take our fish off in a moment or two. And I've got a plate that is over here that we're going to use for our fish. And we also have some fresh onion that I've diced and some fresh green bell peppers. And they're going to go on also. Okay. Okay, we're taking the fish off now. Taking another piece of fish off now. And the fish will continue to cook for a while it's on the plate. There we go. Lovely. Okay.
So I'm going to talk about the nutritional values a little bit too, about fish.
I got a quick, you used haddock, which I prefer haddock as to cod. Do you feel that haddock is has a little more body than a cod?
The density is a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
And the flavor profile is definitely different.
Yeah.
To be truthful with you, I'm with you. I like haddock better than cod.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Marcia has got her slide up.
So the recipe is exactly what Jerry just did, about 1 pound of white fish, sprinkled with a little salt and pepper, some olive oil in the pan, your tortilla shells, fajita shells, taco shells, whatever words you want to call them, some diced green pepper and yellow onion, and a salsa. This is a medium salsa, but you could definitely choose a spicier or a milder. And we all saw him cook it. So easy, made it so simple. And one of those tacos, and that was a good sized taco shell, would be under 200 calories. So you could definitely add a side starch, maybe some rice or perhaps some beans or a vegetable. Definitely add a little bit to this meal. But if you take a look at the nutrient profile, it's a great source of potassium. It's a great source of fiber. It's not too bad in sodium, considering it's fish from a seafood. And it's a good source of protein at 22 grams. And if we can get 20 or 30 grams per meal, that is really good. Vitamin C and vitamin A are not on there, but because of the salsa, the onions, and the peppers, this would also be a good source of those nutrients. So a little bit, Harvard did a study, actually reviewed about 200 different studies recently. And what they found is that people who eat about 3 ounces of fish 1 to 2 times per week had a 36% less risk of dying from heart disease, which is pretty significant. That's really, really good. By eating something delicious like this once or twice a week, it's affordable. It was easy. It looks out like you could have leftovers and have it again the next day or maybe the day after. I'll let Jerry speak to how long you can keep the fish in the fridge in a second. But what's unfortunate and why we love to do this particular show is that despite the deliciousness, the ease, and the health benefits, only about 1/3 of US citizens are eating fish 1 time per week. And, you know, it's kind of something that is affordable. You don't have to buy the real expensive fish. So that's the health benefits. I think we know. I can't belabor that point anymore. And any whitefish would do, Jerry. It could be whitefish on sale, frozen fish.
You're absolutely right. It all depends upon what kind of fish you like. Now we had comments on haddock, codfish work, Atlantic pollock works, tilapia works, catfish works. Any of these things will work. Now the question that you brought up a moment ago was how long can you keep fish in the refrigerator? Well, part of that is how long has the fish been in the supermarket?
Yeah.
And that is an issue. Normally, the supermarkets get a delivery towards the end of the week, and then they try to sell out by Monday. So if you buy fish, I would buy fish on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and even into Friday. But now, how long in the refrigerator? 2 days, 3 days, probably. But use your nose, and the nose knows. And it really is if it doesn't smell good, do not eat it. Okay, because fish should have a real nice, clean smell, and if it's fishy, it's not edible. And unless we're talking about something like bluefish, and bluefish is very fishy smelling, But as we said, it needs to be eaten very quickly. I'm willing to take questions.
What about
How
having,
long does cooked fish last?
yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Yeah.
I'm sorry, say again?
Cooked fish, once you've cooked it.
Yes. How long? Okay. A day or two in the refrigerator.
Mm.
Cover it with some plastic wrap and eat it. But the fish is so good. Don't let it sit around. And just, if you have some of it on Monday night or Tuesday night, and do something different with it on Wednesday. Take it and mix up a little green salad and kind of crumble a fish and put it into the little green salad. Or take some couscous and put it into the couscous. Be creative. Marilyn. Marilyn, you are muted.
I didn't hear you say whether or not you put Pam in your pan when you were cooking the fish or a little bit of olive oil. Did you put something in the pan?
Yes, and I would spray it with a little bit of, and I don't want to use the word Pam because there are a number of different sprays, and they're all just get a nice vegetable spray, and all you need is a tiny bit of it. And you know something? When we put the fish in there and you heard that little sizzle, that's partly from the oil.
Yeah.
So it's easy to do. And that is one of the reasons why I like to use a Teflon pan, because it doesn't stick. And the cleanup is easy.
Thank you,
So-
Jerry. I have to go to the store and get some fish now to cook. I'm serious. I'm serious.
You saw how simple it was.
Yeah.
And
I did the same thing when Jerry first sent me the recipe for the nutrient analysis. I did the exact same thing. I called him up. I said, I'm going out to get some fish. I know what we're having for supper tonight. And it was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I have to say, I do something with my fish taco that Marcia may say is not a good idea. I put a little dollop of sour cream right on the top.
Sounds perfect to me.
Now it sounds okay to me. A dollop will
delicious.
always be fine. Moderation.
Moderation.
And I've done mango salsa too.
Yes.
Excellent.
That's
Yes.
pretty tasty.
The salsa that I get is the Paul Newman, and I get the pineapple salsa.
Yes. Delicious.
Awesome on anything.
It is good.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to take off. I'm going to go to the market.
Believe it or not, we're at our time. It flies by so quickly. So we're looking forward to seeing you all for our next segment, which is going to feature a dessert that will also be healthy, delicious, and on the festive side. So I'm going to leave you hanging. This will be our cliffhanger. But from Jerry and PAC TV, Tom at PAC TV, and the Plymouth Center for Active Living, would like to thank all of you for joining us. And without you, Delicious and Nutritious would not be possible. And Jerry and I hope you enjoyed this month's recipe. And it sounds like you're all going to try to make it. So we'll look forward to hearing how much you enjoyed it.
Excellent. Thank you.
Enjoy the.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
All of you too. And have a wonderful day.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.